Hi everyone. Okay, now this week we're on to the judiciary, but before I talk about the discussion post this week, remember your course project is due this week. Now you can get in there, it's in the syllabus, it's clearly explained in the syllabus. If you go into course project, it tells you what the expectations are. By now, hopefully you've looked at that a few times. Also in the course folder, this week's folder, you go in there, there's the explanation of the project again, so it's pretty clear cut. And what I'm after, I'm looking for you to basically, I guess the simple, tell me what you know. Show me what you know about this topic, your opinions, your ideas. And all I'm looking for you to do is support those opinions and those ideas with scholarly research, the sources, the bibliographies you sent me, those sources, and of course modern examples to show your point. Okay? Don't just speak in generalities about America's ideas have changed about the environment. What do you mean? What has changed? What example can you show me that demonstrates that? Okay? So the paper is pretty much, again, like the other papers you write for me. I'm just looking for you to kind of show me what you know, but support it with examples and scholarly references. Okay? So that's the project, and that's due this week. If you have any questions, please contact me. Okay? Now the discussion post this week deals with the judiciary, and it fits perfectly because this week we have the the Gorsuch hearings, right? Finishing up the hearings. The Judiciary Committee is going to vote on whether they're going to push to have him confirmed or have a full floor vote on confirmation. That's happening today on Monday, so it may have already happened. It was scheduled for 10. I was just checking. I didn't see any updated news. But nonetheless, so it's about the Supreme Court. And we have a Supreme Court nominee that the Conservatives or Republican Party likes a lot, but the Democrats are pushing back heavily against. Now, there's two sections to the post. I asked you to define judicial review, which is the power of the court. Okay? And then I asked you to talk about the two philosophies, judicial activism and judicial restraint. Okay? Those are the two things that divide how people look at the court or how people think about what the job of the court should be. So I want you to tell me with examples, what is judicial activism? What is judicial review? What is the difference between those ideas? Where do they conflict? Use some specific court cases to show that. Okay? And then the second one I asked how a Supreme Court justice gets elected. Okay, or I should say selected, there's no election process, and how he gets confirmed, and to say that's happening right now. So the big question is it too political? Okay, and I want you to think of it like this. You take a peek at Robert Bork, the confirmation process of Robert Bork, which I think directly connects to Merrick Garland, President Obama's candidate who never got a hearing, and now we're on to Neil Gorsuch, who there's a lot of pushback against that. So what I want you to look at is, when you look at how a judge is selected historically, and look at how they're selected now, but when you look at the process, the nomination process, is it really about the qualifications of the judge? Or is it about political partisanship? Even though the judiciary is supposed to be nonpartisan, I would make the argument it's become very partisan for the people who confirm the judges. Okay? And this is where judicial activism and judicial restraint come in, and the kind of judge that people want confirmed or not confirmed. Okay? So take a good look at the judiciary this week. Be real clear on judicial activism, judicial restraint. Give me your opinions about whether you think it's too political the way we choose our judges in this day and age. Maybe it's time to change how we do it. And then, of course, that course project. Okay? I look forward to reading your discussions. You guys have a good week. Bye now.